Today is a reminder that winter winds can cause major disruptions in our lives, but the damage we're seeing may not be entirely the fault of the wind. Meteorologist Matt Gray is here to explain the why behind the storm, Matt, and how we can be better prepared in the future.
And the one thing when it comes to severe weather, it's usually more than just one thing, sometimes more than the obvious. Now, this storm has a lot of similarities to some of the strongest windstorms here in our modern history in the Spokane area. The peak gust at Spokane International today, only just a few miles an hour below the January 2021 and November 2015 windstorms that live in infamy. Now, in so many ways, that 2015 storm, it is a one-of-a-kind event. But this latest storm, it's got a lot of similarities to what happened just a few years ago in 2021. It was preceded by heavy rain from one of those atmospheric rivers we talk about, saturating the ground. And that's pretty important because a lot of rain, it really loosens up the rocky, hard-packed soil that we have around here. It's a lot easier to dig and a lot easier for the wind to rip a tree out of the ground when it is wet, as it was in these two events. Now, not only did these storms drop a lot of rain, but they caused a huge spike in temperatures. It was warm today, both today and on the 13th of January. We saw temperatures soar to the 50s. Now, because of the tropical origins of these storms, they warm things up. And then when you get a cold front that sweeps in at the end of it, as that storm ends, the drastic changes, and they're pretty dramatic when you get this warm this time of the year. From warm and wet to cool and dry, all of that turbulence going on as those air masses collide together. That provides a perfect highway for some of those jet stream winds that usually stay up higher in the atmosphere. Well, now you've got a window here where they can ride down to the ground and start messing things up, and that's exactly what we saw today. Often we think of rain as just rain, but in some cases like today, the rain and some of the conditions that bring that rain into the inland Northwest, they also contribute to severe weather in some not so obvious ways.